Hi, I'm Wendy from the Nappy Lady, and I'm going to be comparing nappy fastenings. There are three main types of fastenings. There's nappy nippers, Velcro and poppers. I'm going to start with nappy nippers first of all. Nappy nippers have taken over from traditional pins, so you never need to pin a nappy anymore. Nappy nippers, you can't sort of poke baby with it at all because it doesn't go through the nappy, it literally just grips onto the fabric. Nappy nippers are very simple to use once you've been shown how to use them, and you'll soon be doing it with one hand. There's a whole separate demo video on how to actually fasten a nappy nipper, so I won't go into the full details now, but you can see a separate video on them. They do take a couple of practices, but once you've done it, good way to practice is just on the teddy bear, works perfectly well. They are great for getting an excellent fit because with a nappy nipper you can pull the nappy in exactly where you need it to be. So if baby's got a very small waist, you can cross over your tabs, pull up the legs and then fasten it. So you really are going to get a very snug fit that fits exactly, sort of almost made to measure for baby. The downside of nappy nippers, they're not suitable for a childcare environment. Just because they're not sort of intuitive to use, you need to be shown how to use them, and even though it's very simple and just takes a couple of practices, it's not the most obvious thing. So for childcare I'd try and use a different option. It's also an extra thing to lose. They very rarely break. I mean, this one is one of mine that's been going nearly 5 years now, but I do tend to lose them quite frequently. Next fastening is Velcro. Also known as Aplex. It's very simple to use. If you've never seen a cloth nappy before and you're given a Velcro one, you would know what to do. It's literally just open and stick. When you're choosing a Velcro nappy, make sure it's one that's got a laundry tab inside, so that when you take off the soiled nappy you can fold it over, and this keeps the Velcro nice and clean. There is a lot of people do worry that Velcro is going to wear out, but if you use a nappy with a laundry tab, it really is long lasting. Some of my own nappies, it's nearly 5 years old now, the Velcro is still going strong, absolutely lots of stick and lots of life left in them. Traditionally, when they first came out, Velcro nappies were seen as less adjustable than a nappy nipper nappy, and that's based on how they were made. This was an original bamboozle from Totspots, and the Velcro just used to be across the middle, so you just fasten it, and once the tabs had reached the middle, that's as tight as it would go. So if baby needed a smaller waist, you couldn't have done anything with it. However, on newer nappies with the Velcro, you get an extra piece on the outside tabs, so now you can actually cross over the Velcro tabs to make an even smaller waist. So we now consider Velcro or Aplex nappies to be just as versatile as a nappy nipper. The final fastening is poppers. Poppers, again, very simple to use. If you've never seen a cloth nappy before, you would know what to do. If you just sort of press and go. Very long lasting. You haven't got anything that you lose because it's all attached to the nappy. Downside to poppers, it is the slowest fastening to do. You've generally got sort of between 2 and 4 poppers to secure the nappy. So if you've got a really wriggly baby, it can take a while to do it. It's also the least versatile fit because sometimes you need to fasten it sort of in between the 2 poppers, so and there's just not a popper there, so you've either got a nappy that's going to be a little bit too loose or a little bit too tight. Poppers are particularly good for when you get to potty training. Once my children were potty training, I'd get a popper nappy and do it up quite loosely so that they could pull it down quite easily with a popper wrap over the top. Also, if your child goes through a stage where they like to be changed standing up, popper nappies are great because once you know and you've learnt which popper that you need to fasten it on, you can put the nappy on with them standing up or laying down, whichever they prefer. If baby's going to childcare, I definitely stick with either Velcro or poppers for childcare because they're very simple to use. If baby's at home, again, nappy nippers would still be an option as well, because if you've only got a couple of people who are going to be caring for baby, they do make a really versatile fit.